Is everything working? One, two. Hello. Hmm. One, two. Hello. Oh wow, I'm hella delayed. Hmm. Oh no. So I exist. I just interesting. All right. Okay, that was stupid. So I wanted to stream like 2 hours ago. Uh, and then YouTube was like, no, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're just a baby. And I was like, what do you mean I'm just a baby? They thought I was a child and they wouldn't let me live stream. And so I needed to like prove that I was like, prove that I was an adult. It was so freaking stupid. I was like, you know what? Man. So I can now see the chat and hopefully. As I said, I'm hella delayed, so just now, Con, your bruh message popped up. It's fine. It's fine. It's just. I don't know. I like my little PNG. Do you guys like my PNG? Look at her go. She's talking. Anyway, I'm just now realizing I haven't drawn Sonic characters in like. Oh, God, I don't even know at this point. This is probably not a great start. So he's kind of like leaning in the drawing. So I figured I might as well do that. I want to really start streaming more. I just. When, like. When OBS gives me an absolute, like, hell trying to reconnect to YouTube, and then, like, the whole age verification thing, it doesn't make me want to do it. Just saying. Maybe I shouldn't do details of the hands if I don't even. I rarely ever draw Sonic characters, and when I do, the only one I draw is either Tails, Shadow, or YouTube is a bit off sometimes. Yeah, either Tails, Shadow, or Infinite. Like, I don't know how long I'm allowed to be streaming for at this point, because it's already like 8 o'clock. I'm gonna say like an hour. Like an hour and a half. This might not be any improvement in quality from the original. The original, I believe, was drawn in a car. I think I drew this in a car. And I want to say that because the lines are a bit, like, squiggled. And also, I'm pretty sure I drew this on the way to Christmas, in the Christmas Eve party. And I was pissing my brother off. Because I was like, oh, Infinite killed Santa. And he was like, I don't think he believed in Santa necessarily, but he was still like, why? Why are you like this? And I was just really pissing him off. I was gonna play music. I'm just realizing. So the little picture of Echo in the corner is for privacy purposes because I didn't want to, what do you call it? I didn't want y'all to see if, like, I opened up files or anything. But turns out that that's not even an issue.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
There's an ad.
Just by thinking about it.
I don't know if y'all can hear an ad. Can you hear this, is my question. When this catches up to the stream, I want to know, can you guys hear the music? Just a simple yes or no. Because I know I had to F around with the settings before. It's funny how the Sonic characters that I like are the ones that are, like, pretty unanimously not fully agreed upon. Like, like, I love Silver. But, you know, obviously, not everybody likes Silver. And I really like Infinite. But not a lot of people like Infinite. I think that hand is too big. The entire arm is a bit large. Sometimes I can draw, sometimes I can't. Was that one audio that's like, sometimes good, sometimes crap? I really have... Do I have a freaking picture of Infinite? I don't need a picture of Infinite! Oh my god, I don't even need a reference picture. I have a figure of him. It's like right there. I just grabbed my figure. Oh my god, wait. For those of you unaware, I have a Sonic shelf. It's just full of Sonic figures that my friends or myself or my family have gotten me. And we have right in the front Tails 9 and Infinite. Show you my my taste in Sonic characters. Though some of you are gonna have things to say about me in the group chat after that. Got like weird fluff, man. I don't know what's going on with him. I realized I could stylize him however I want.
There is no limitation. We won't challenge completely. In the next generation, GMC Terrain AT4.
I've been rewatching, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures recently. And it's really funny. Because I... I remember going stupid crazy over specific aspects of the lore. And then, like, I didn't remember what they were until I started rewatching it and being like, wait a minute, does that imply? And 1000% it does. I think I've found more lore things this rewatch than last rewatch. Like, I've gotten more observant. Which I just find really funny, because, like, they're definitely not that intended, right? Like, to be... And now that I'm looking at Infinite, like, his mask? Would that fit his snoot? But I don't think I've ever questioned the logistics of it. I wonder if that'll help me. Just... undo all of my progress here. I wonder if it'll help if I... Like, his nose is out there, right? Because if he's like that, then his mask should be... like this. And then it'd be like curve and then point down to there. Meaning his eye would probably be around here. What even is this mask? I'm really... He's like absolutely not having it. I think he's supposed to be looking towards the... He's like that. He's like, what? This guy's ears are large. They just kind of... Yeah, there you go. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I draw infinite. I draw infinite with a little tuft out right there. What I said earlier about not knowing if I improved. I think that's some improvement. Just by a little bit. No, his little shoes on the other hand. Nothing about Infinite, like, despite me liking him, right? Nothing about this man makes any sense. Like, his outfit is... His outfit is so stupid. And, like, I only really realize it after I stare at it for too long. I'm like, wait a minute. I just feel bad that, you know, Shadow murdered all his friends. I don't know if you guys can hear the music playing to, like, literally any extent. I would like to know if you can. Would be appreciated if I got a yes or no out of you. If not, then I don't know how else to F around with it. Now, the dead Santa in the old drawing is kind of just I don't really know how else to describe this. He's just kind of like dead Sonic in a beard. I think it's because I made it like like I don't know. I think I used a hedgehog avatar, which is why I just kind of made it look like Sonic. I am very tempted to do that, like, Family Guy dead pose. I'm trying to keep this as, like, close to the original as I can without making it look horrid. Look, there's, like, no legit reason why I should be making this look good. Right? Like, I'm kind of tempted to just straight up make it Santa. Like Sonic. But all at the same time, I think a polar bear might actually be a better option. Now, the original had a knife. Like, just... it just had a knife. I don't think I need the knife. Also, because it's implying that Infinite, like, blasted him. So... what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do like this, but I'm gonna like... his hand is like... kind of smoking. And then there's just... I mean, I don't think I even need to really tell. Like, I don't think I need to put a knife or a severe wound. If there's going to be a puddle of blood underneath him, I feel like that's going to imply all that needs to be implied. You know... No, this is supposed to be like one of the Sonic Forces avatars dressed up as Santa. I don't know if that was really implied in the old drawing. I said it kind of just looked like Sonic, because he even has like the spiky quills. What I'll do now, instead I'll do a blast wound that's kind of just smoking. Regardless of what I do with it, it's still gonna be horrid. Like, that's the point. I'm gonna keep the original what? Like the speech bubble of him just like... And? What's your problem? Anyhow, how are you guys doing? You guys enjoying the life? I'm good. Other than the fact that YouTube hates me and thought I was an 8-year-old or something, I don't know. It's because I refuse to watch the BS, that's why. YouTube is like, nope. You can't, You can't be an adult because you refuse to watch the Has-Been Hotel stuff we keep trying to show you. Clearly, only a child wouldn't want that. YouTube, I must inform you, just because I have the preferences of a 9-year-old does not mean I am one. I got a lot of Christmas stuff done. Which is good, because I haven't actually done a lot of Christmas stuff, like, the entire month. Not like a lot of Christmas shopping, but, like, I haven't felt very Christmassy, I suppose I could call it. Not a whole lot of Christmas spirit. Hello? My end just died. But, like, from the phone I was watching it on. It just executed itself. YouTube is showing that I'm still going. That was weird. Alright, well Well, I've got your attention. Could you hear the music that was playing before this? Like, I've had music going this entire time, but I'm not entirely sure if you could hear any of it. And I asked, like, twice before, but no one answered. I'm just trying to see if I could, There you go. It started playing Lavender Town, and I was afraid that would be copyrighted, so It said non-copyright, but it gets to the point where you don't know if you fully trust it or not. I'm enjoying my little avatar. She's just kind of bobbing around. I think it's quite cute. I'm enjoying her. Just so I don't draw on any of the other layers. There we go. I don't know very many people that can easily draw Infinite's mask. I feel like it's one of those things that people are like, I don't really know how to help you there. It's just a very strange object. Speaking of very strange, I got kind of like half guilt-tripped into finishing my Fairly Odd Parents story that I started for A New Wish. And by guilt-tripped, I mean I completely did it to myself. But somebody asked, essentially, if the story was gonna get completed anytime soon. Because I just ended it on a cliffhanger. And I was like, crap. I should probably continue that. But I had no desire to. And so, I, out of sheer determination, started doing the story again. And I've got like so many plans, but I also had so many plans before I stopped, so I want to see how far it's actually going to get before the inevitable crap, it's been a few months. Again. How'd you enjoy the Wonder Pets link? I enjoyed it very much. I watched a few episodes. I was intending on watching the Christmas one, but then I got kind of, like, sidetracked. I was watching it while I was making people's Christmas presents. I rewatched the Pangaroo episode, because that was my favorite as a child. Actually, that's a lie. That one wasn't my favorite. My favorite was the one with the Bengal tiger. I absolutely adored that tiger. A white tiger. And for the longest time, I carried around a little stuffed animal of a white tiger because that was my favorite episode. I probably annoyed the crap out of everybody that tried to say hi to me. Because I'd just be like, tiger. Okay, sweetie, we get it. You like the tiger. My just an image of child me running around with a tiger stuffed animal going, my poor, poor paw. Everyone was probably sick of me. But that's okay, because I didn't care. I was having a great time. Infinite Stripes don't really go all the way around him like this, but I like it like that. Because it's kind of like... it's kind of like a rib cage, almost. And I think it makes him look cool. I'm a kangaroo. Part parrot, part kangaroo. It's funny, I think this is 2 live streams in a row that I ended up talking about Wonder Pets. The first one was like the remake that they're doing. And now this one is just reminiscing about the old one. I've just been rewatching a lot of stuff recently. And so that was just the next step. Do you guys know the official Disney Junior YouTube channel has been nostalgia baiting people? And by people, I mean me. It's kind of funny, but it makes you wonder why they're doing it. They're like, do you remember Doc McStuffins and Sophia the First? And man, those were some good times. Who are the OGs? Who are the people out there? And it's like, Are y'all that bored? Over there in your little office? They're like, no one likes our new crap. We gotta drag him in with the old stuff. I'd say, so far, pretty significant change in quality in terms of the redraw. Woo. Like, I like live streaming, I just really wish that YouTube would not be so stupid about it half of the time. Because I like just ranting and rambling and then having, like, something to go back and look at and be like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that. And then, like, go back and re-listen to see the topics I was rambling about that day or what I was drawing. It's like, it's fun, I don't know. Honestly, or was one of the last ones I did was my, I was drawing the Fairly OddParents characters because I had just finished A New Wish. That was over a year ago, I believe. If I'm correct in my timing. That was around, like, this time last year. I think around October or November, I want to say. Because I know in November, I was still writing, I was still writing the story. So I feel like that must have been after I finished watching it. And then I was, like, super obsessed with Dale. Like, during the Halloween season, I believe. It's kind of funny, because with that knowledge, that means that I'm kind of, like, I have the same interests I did this time last year. Just to, like, a slightly different extent. Because last year was the excitement and hype of, this is my new interest, I'm learning about it, I know nothing about it. And this is the, oh, I've already been here before, and now I'm kind of like a veteran on this topic. Or it's just like a nostalgia thing at this point. Speaking of nostalgia, I've been rewatching the Kirby anime a little bit. And, that's technically now a Christmas tradition, which sounds admittedly very bizarre, but I can explain. So, it was Christmas Eve a few years back. I'm gonna say, like, probably over 4 years at this point. Like, it's been a while. And I was supposed to be going to sleep, because, you know, it was Christmas Eve night. I was supposed to wake up the next day and be like, yay! Christmas morning. Except I couldn't sleep. And so, how do you combat not sleeping? You go on an iPad. And you don't sleep even more. My logic was that I would tire my eyes out with the screen and make me want to sleep. But I ended up instead going down a rabbit hole. And I think you guys can see where this is going. I was watching a bunch of YouTube, right? And then I got to one video. It was titled Kirby but only Poyo. And it was just a compilation of Kirby saying Poyo, except majority of the clips were from the anime, from the show that I didn't know existed at that point in time. And so I was like, oh my god, there's a Kirby show? Because I liked Kirby, you know, I was looking up Kirby stuff. That was probably why it was recommended to me. Either that or I was watching Skylander Boy and Girl. And so I was doing that. And I got all excited and I immediately clicked off of that video and Googled it and was like, what Kirby show? And when I say Google, I mean I looked it up on YouTube because that's where I was already. And I found like the pilot episode and like a full playlist of just the series in general. Like slightly questionable quality, but online on YouTube, like for free. And I got so excited I watched like 2 episodes, maybe 3, before I realized what time it was, and I was like, holy crap, I should go the frick to bed. It's Christmas. And so I did, and so I turned it off like a responsible person and went to sleep. But also, with that in mind, before the cousins came over, the next day, I watched more Kirby. And so now every time it's around the Christmas season, I start really feeling like Kirby right back at ya, because that was the time that I watched it. And then that year I got a drawing tablet for Christmas, the one that I'm using currently. Which means, holy crap, this thing is old. And I hooked it up, and I made a little animation, and I believe it was called, like Meta Knight Go Slash or something. Meta Knight Go Slice. The point, it was a really, like, rudimentary animation with Meta Knight, because I had fallen in love with him. And Meta Knight Go Chomp, that was what it was. And it was just with him, like, turning and looking at the camera and then, like, slicing the screen down the middle. And I remember being ever so proud of that, because it was one of the first times I was able to make a good animation in Krita. I think it was my first animation in Krita. And I was like, this is beautiful, and I posted it, and I don't think anybody saw it. But it was okay by me, because I still loved it, and that was the important part, was that I cared about it. I think it's horrible now. Like, I could do better, probably, but also I don't want to jinx it, because I feel like I'll try and then get really bored of it and be like, I'm not doing this right now. And then the I'm not doing this right now is going to turn into a few years later being like, aw, crap, I was supposed to do that. Like the Sword and Blade, I still have not finished the Sword and Blade, which is another Kirby-related project I started and then didn't finish. I want to finish it. In fact, I think about finishing the comic all the time. Not even just finishing it, but just like doing the next part to it. And I don't. Every time that I go, okay, today's the day I'm going to start working on it, I don't. I don't know the last time that thing was updated, but it has to be close to a year at this point. I don't think I did it at all this year. I'm trying to remember the last time it was updated, but I don't think I can. Like, the last part was, like, super heavy, too. The next one was supposed to be even heavier, but I just never finished it. I keep telling myself to do so, but also, like, I just don't. I'm also trying to work on a show, like, an original show. I just also keep procrastinating on it. I'm, like, trying to figure out the perfect pilot episode, you know? Because the pilot has to encapsulate everything that a show is gonna be. It's pretty much saying, this is what you're getting roped into if you're watching it. And I can't for the life of me think of a good enough, like a good enough pilot. Because I have a few episodes already written down, but I don't think any of them are, like, really pilot material, you know? I want people to watch the pilot and be like, oh, so that's what it's gonna be about. I don't feel like any of those episodes really fit that. A friend of mine on the Skylanders Rewrite server, however, did kind of convince me to at least try. And so I'm doing that. I'm trying to at least try. But also, I don't even really think my animation skill level is, like, that good at the moment, so that's why it's kind of like, I don't know. And practice makes perfect, I suppose. But if it's not perfect, I don't want it on the internet for people to see. I don't even know if people will see it. I know he's supposed to be holding out, like, the little cube. But I actually think it'd be funnier if his hand is just... You can tell he's the one that fired off that beam. He feels no remorse. We know this for a fact. The reason for me liking certain characters is just stupid and bizarre. Like, they're like random overlooked facts that are the reasons why I like them. For instance, I really like Silver because he was just barely surviving in the apocalypse, and, like, nobody seems to give much of a crap about that fact. Like, he came from a ruined future where he probably had to fight over scraps, and, like, nobody cares. And people are like, oh, why do you like Silver? He's so stupid. I'm like, because he was, like, dying. Somebody's gotta feel slightly bad for him. You know? And if I'm the one who has to feel bad about him suffering, then so be it. I shall feel bad about him suffering. Oh, I saw that coming. I think I have a picture somewhere in one of my notebooks of Silver, but he's like really emaciated or something. I don't really know. It was like he was like bandaged up and stuff, and it was like if he never time traveled. I don't even know if anything's coming out of my paint bucket. I'm just gonna have faith that there is something coming out of this. Let me see. Yep, there is. On that note, there we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa. You know, I don't even need to really go crazy filling crap in. Because I'm just gonna use my little secret technique later anyway. Whoa. What happened there? I know it looks like nothing, but I promise there's something there. See, you could see the white. Is it the same color? No, it's not. It's darker. I'm looking at my figure. It's like actually red on the bottom of his shoes. His eye is like yellow, right? Yes. 'Tis yellow, it's like this. I'm just now realizing he's got the what does one even call that? In his ear? This is so stupid. need to, like... Yeah, I need to give him a little more off-white. Since this is based off of the avatars from Sonic Forces. You know what? I don't know if I should make it just like... maybe like slightly pink. Yeah, like that. Like it's... There we go. Beautiful. What color should I make Santa's blood?
That makes you feel your best. That's 8 Sleep, a mattress cover
Does that
keeps
sound
your
wrong?
temperature just right, cooling you down, warming you up, so your body can
I
truly
feel like that's
rest.
wrong.
And if you share your bed, no
But also,
one
I don't know
can
if I should just do blood red, you know that?
One good night. As your body shifts, 8 Sleep automatically adapts for deeper rest. Wake up feeling calm, clear, and ready.
His suit's already red.
During our biggest sale of the year at 8sleep.com.
I should make it like darker red.
Monday.com, the opposite of any work platform.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice
I tried
blood
other work
color.
management platforms, not naming names. They all suck. Monday?
He
total
can-
opposite. Didn't just work, it's
I like to
fun.
think that he
People
shot
became
right
Monday
through him. It was like
vendors. And you know why?
gone. Oh my
Because
god.
it's actually
Right through him. Like, just... he just took the Phantom Ruby's power and just...
care about their user. The user is king. You can create
right
workflows
through
yourself,
Santa.
no IT, no admins. And that's why we love it.
But of course,
We
it's
wrote
not
it.
actually
We make it happen
Santa,
instantly.
it's...
We have people creating workflows,
it's the,
showing them off around the company.
it's the avatar from Sonic
I know it
Forces.
sounds like a commercial, but honestly, I never expected it to have this much influence.
Just so happens that he's dressed that way for the season. But I like to think that Infinite doesn't know that. Infinite takes pride in telling people that he has killed Santa Claus. And then one was very confused when he woke up to coal in his stocking. In fact, not even coal, he just woke up to a very worded letter. Infinite's like, what the... Where did this very strongly worded letter come from? I thought I killed him. You can't kill me. I'm Santa. I watched your blood spill on the ground. Where did you come from? I always come back. Nervously. Oh no. Santa is William Afton confirmed. I feel like I have the potential to very easily ruin a lot of things. I just choose not to. No. There we go. I'd say already that it's a slight improvement from the original. Perhaps just a little bit. Also, for those of you who care, which is probably none of you, the new Pokemon game made me cry yesterday. Again. Not like sobbing, but it got me to tear up a bit. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. It got me to tear up 2 days ago. It already made me sad. It made it worse. Took one of the saddest parts in it and was like, what if? Hear us out. It was sadder. And frankly, I didn't think it was legal for them to do that. But I guess they do what they want. Oh yes, the Phantom Ruby. Hydration. When was the last time you guys took a sip of water? If it's been over an hour, go do so. Hydration is important. I should know, because I rarely do it. And then wonder why I feel like crap afterwards. That's why I got like a bottle. I saw somebody say the way there was a video, it was like, oh, the way to get your girlfriend to drink water is to get them a water bottle. And they'll just like it so much that they carry it around. And I thought that was stupid, and I was like, nice try. That's not gonna help. and then I got a water bottle. Guys, you wouldn't freaking believe it. Turns out that, that is in fact how you get a girl to stay hydrated. I should think before calling BS on things, I guess. And also, I have the perfect brush for this thing now. It's really got nothing to do with this, what I'm doing right now. It's for what's coming. So, Infinite is all glitchy, right? He does glitchy things. Well, I got this, right? It's a second. I'm gonna go over here to layer style. I'll show you guys a trick. I'm gonna stroke. Opacity is 100. I'm gonna go over here to normal. And then I'm gonna pick this. Press OK. And this looks horrible. But we put it underneath the color. And that tells me that the hair was not colored in. It indeed wasn't. Look at that. There we go. We're gonna go around here. Now we're gonna do something even crazier now that it's just this one little outline thing. We're gonna do layer, filter, and blur. And I want to see if this works. It does. It does in fact work. Now there's this thing. Chaotic glitch blend, I think it is. Maybe not. Regular glitch blend? You know what I'm gonna do, actually? I'm gonna turn it down a bit. There we go. And now on that note, we're just gonna go around the edges. Anywhere the Phantom Ruby's power would be touching, because he's levitating, you know, he's using his abilities. And so therefore we could say that pretty confidently he'd be given off a little bit of a glow. Right? Like he's holding himself up in the air. He just blasted and killed somebody. He's probably got some type of thing going on. With that being said, this man's glitchy, isn't he? Doesn't or does this man glitch? Go to, I think it's divide? Not divide. Because it's gonna kill Santa then. Color dodge. Color. Burn. Addition. Oh my god. That just brightened everything. Divide. Divide is possible. I think color dodge is what we're going for. But now we're gonna go in and use this as an eraser and just... Why isn't this keeping its glitches what I want to know? I mean, it is, but only slightly. Interesting. Let's try putting it... That looks kind of cool. I'd say that kind of looks like he's glitching a bit. I wonder, however, if I can just... Is this a... Does this have something on it? No? Okay. Oh, what happened? There we go. I wonder if I can just, like... Like, let's say I do this. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, look at that. Whoa. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, that looks so cool. Whoa. That looks so cool. Oh, I love that. See if we could get it to, like, kind of shift over to here. See, that's cool. I gotta bring it over to, like, yeah. That way it'll actually look like it's glowing rather than, yeah. There we go. That just elevates it already, doesn't it? Same thing with the wound. It'd be really funny if we could just kind of make it glow, like it is just steaming. It is on fire. F is for fire that burns down the whole town. U is for uranium bombs. N is for no survivors when you plankton. I feel like Infinite would. Infinite would sing that. After killing Santa. F is for fire that burns down the whole town. U is for uranium bombs. N is for not breathing. After I shot Santa, he's dead. I think that's pretty good, actually. What do you guys think? The comparison. The comparison, the reveal. Are you ready for the reveal? Or I could just do that too, to do the reveal, just, like, this to this. There we go. Infinite killed Santa, guys! My little inside joke that is not so incredibly inside. I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure I told several people. If you are not aware, let me tell you again before this wraps up. I was playing Sonic Forces on the day of Christmas Eve because I was bored that day, and that was what I had to do with my time. So I I booted up the PS4, started playing Sonic Forces. I got a few levels done, and after beating one of the levels, I claimed a Santa uniform. And immediately made a new avatar, and I named him Santa, obviously. And I ran into an infinite boss fight, the first infinite boss fight, actually. It was the, just the basic one, not the snake one, the before the snake one. And, and I did not get the right Wispin. You see, I have a very specific, like, how do I say this? I have a very specific strategy when it comes to boss fights in video games that you could, like, choose weapons and stuff. And so, my typical boss fight strategy was a very specific Wispin. Now, I didn't do that with this Santa because I wasn't even thinking. I just kind of let it go to the default one, I believe. And it, in turn, ended up being, like, really stupid. And it sucked. And I got immediately obliterated. And so Santa died. I found it funny, because I turned to my brother who was sitting at the couch at the time, and I was like, oh my god, Infinite killed Santa. And he looked at me, he was like, shut up. And so, with that being said, we went to my aunt's house for Christmas Eve, and I brought my sketch pad, and on the way there, I drew Infinite killing Santa. This was drawn in a car, and very quickly, which is why it's dark and kind of horribly drawn. Yeah. So, Infinite murdered Santa, and it's that time of year again, and now it's a tradition, in general, for me, that on every Christmas Eve, I play Sonic Forces. Except here's the kicker, I have to use that Santa avatar, I have to go into that Infinite level, and I have to let him kick my ass. Which is fine, because at that point in time, I'm usually not, like, used to playing it. Like, I hadn't normally every time a Christmas rolls around and I do this tradition, I don't even know the controls anymore anyway. And so I get my ass kicked regardless if I'm trying to or not. So, yeah, I let Infinite kill Santa. And that's my little Christmas tradition. Every Christmas Eve, I let Infinite kill Santa. And then I replay the level and I beat him. But that's my dumb tradition that I started, like, oh god. When did this even come out? I want to say 2020, so it's been almost 6 years. I want to say, like, okay, so I have, essentially, I have a sketch pad. The one that Infinite kills Santa in. The original. It's right here. I used to not label or date my sketch pads. I do now. So now I'll write, like, started January 2021. Like, started, like, January 1st, 2021. But I didn't used to do that. And so I go off of context clues. And the only reason that I put here a note from 2023, early 2020 to late 2020, Infinite kills Santa towards the end, and then I said rough guess February 2020 to December 2020. The only reason that I put it there is because I have a picture of I have a picture drawn right near the front pages that was supposed to be like a Pokemon Easter picture. And I remember we were still in lockdown. So my church was doing like an online thing rather than an in-person thing. And that was still relatively new. So I had drawn this on that day. I remember it vividly. Meaning that this was probably 2020. So Infinite killed Santa was 2020. Holy crap. If Infinite killed Santa is 2020, that means that this is a redraw of a picture that is almost 6 years old at this point in time. And here was me in the beginning of the stream saying that I didn't know if I'd be able to improve it. I have a strange, slight feeling that I might have improved it. Just a little bit. Only vaguely, you know. Only vaguely. It was like wasted. No, I think soft light works pretty well. That way, it just kind of like he's kind of like a lot more dead than the other. I think that looks good. I like that. I think that works. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think that's it. And it's pretty perfect. It's like 9:30 right now, which is where I kind of wanted to wrap things up anyway. I want to talk about so much more crap on stream, but I don't exactly know what to talk about, like, on other streams. I want to do maybe another one tomorrow, but I'm not entirely sure, like, what I would even do. I could, what I do want to do, probably around January or after Christmas, I want to do a stream where I reanimate that, that Meta Knight Go Chop animation that I was talking about earlier. Because that's around the time that I animated it. It was like right after Christmas, around New Year's time. And that was way back when I got my drawing tablet for the first time. So I feel like now is a good time to reanimate it and be like, guys, look! I can animate, but better, with the same freaking program and the same drawing tablet. And so the only variable that has changed is me. But I don't know how much I can talk about while animating. I can possibly be on call with somebody. If you all would find that entertaining. I don't exactly know how to do that if I'm streaming through OBS though. That's the only issue. I might be able to find out how to do that. I think YouTube just said that there was like a dual stream option. I don't know how to get that to work, but it'd be really cool if I could dual stream with somebody else. That would be fun. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure how that would work. But yeah, I kind of want to reanimate Meta Knight Goat Chop on stream. That'd be fun. We could make a day of it. I don't really know what you guys would talk about, but I would answer. It could be like a Q&A. Actually, that might be kind of cute. You guys think a Q&A old art reanimation stream would be fun? Like, I would draw, right? And you guys in the live chat would just ask questions and I'd do my best to answer them while I'm animating. That would be cool. Or I could turn it into a rant stream. Where like I kid you not, as freaking cringe as it sounds, I could rant about Betrayus from Pac-Man for so freaking long. Like, all you need to do is ask, like, what are your headcanons? What are your AUs? What are your old stories that involve him? What... Like, I kid you not. I could talk forever about that man. I can, like, make, like, a list of points to discuss during the stream and just rant about freaking Betrayus. Or whatever character I'm obsessed with at the time. I'm gonna be completely honest. It might change within the within a few weeks. I might be like, guys, hear me out. This character from this show that I just found out existed. You're gonna be like, what about your other characters? About that. I guess about that time I could probably rant about the new Pokemon game. Like, the spoilers would kind of be done and over with, I think. Like, I didn't want to say much on this stream just in case somebody who's playing the Pokemon ZA DLC wasn't gotten to that point yet. And so I didn't want to, like, scare people off by being like, oh my god, at the end of the DLC when you fight the Mega, and then have someone be like, hey, I didn't want to hear that. And so I didn't really say it. I didn't even say anything about the ending of the normal ZA, even though it's been out for over a month. I should probably be fine. I'm just afraid of, like, accidentally spoiling people. Next time I do a stream, I'm gonna do a big disclaimer. Just saying, I can and will talk about the new Pokemon game. And if you don't want to be spoiled, stay away. Put it on mute. Put it on mute. I like the fact that I still have that little echo at the bottom corner. I wasn't even paying attention to that. It's just like... I did one of the original streams, it was the Echo of Privacy, where I would just expand the image. So basically, I would just, like, take him and just go... so that no one could see what I was doing. But also, I had that under the assumption that you guys would be able to see if I switched to Files or Internet Explorer or any of that. Turns out, joyful little OBS over here is locked onto my Krita screen and my Krita screen only. So even if I do in fact press, like, save as, and then the files page pops up, it's not actually gonna show it on stream. So it's not gonna break my privacy. But I was very afraid it would. So therefore the Echo of Privacy was in the corner. It was my first time streaming. I didn't want to F anything up. Which is good. It makes sense, right? That I didn't want to take chances. Speaking of taking chances, don't take any chances and drink some water. Like I'm about to do. Stay hydrated. Ah, hydration. But yeah, I love this. It's so stupid. It's such a freaking stupid joke. And yet it is so prevalent in my life. All I had to say one time is Infinite killed Santa. Look at us. Look, here we are now. I'm doing it on live stream and I've got a little PNG in the corner that can talk. And I've got how many people watching right now? Like 3. I don't know who the third person is. Cause one of them's my friend, one of them's my boyfriend, probably. I don't know who the third person is. Does it count you? I don't think it counts yourself. I looked up and I saw like 10 people at one point, and then they all just vanished. People popped on the stream, went, "This is stupid as hell," and then disappeared. Oh, hi! Hi, Darth. How you doing, pal? I haven't seen you in forever. Well, I'm not actually watching my stream. You're on your lunch break right now. Your lunch break? Good lord, we got time zone differences. It's like 9:38 at night where I am. RIP, man. Well, I mean, I guess you still have your whole day ahead of you, so that's a good thing. That means I was probably waking up when you were going to bed. Depending on how late you go to bed. Oh. Sorry. I don't like picking up work that's late at night because I got stuff I like to do at night, like sleep and write. If I'm not scrolling social media for accidental hours, then I'm writing a book or drawing or sleeping. But typically after this point in time, I go to bed, which means I walk the dog, I lock up, right? I turn all the lights off in my room. I go under the pillow and the blanket, and I lie there, and I turn on my phone, and I write for like 3 hours, or accidentally stay on social media for too long. But I like to write. Okay, I like to try to write before I go to sleep because it's fun. This time last year, I was binging the Kirby anime, instead of writing or sleeping. And now I'm doing it all over again! Except I'm playing it in the background while I do work. Because I've already watched the episodes, I don't need to do it again. And when I said I've been rewatching Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, I mean I'm re-listening to it. Because I was reanimating that Betrayus one. I think that might have been the last video that's up on my channel. I was reanimating Betrayus, and while I was doing so, I had the entirety of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures on, on YouTube, where I couldn't see it because it was in another tab, and I was just listening to the episode. And it's all good because I've already watched all of them several times. But I just like listening to it and hearing the random lore drops that I've forgotten about and being like, wait a minute. What? I've only realized now that Betrayus and his brother are like insanely, like, they're the same. One's just evil and lost his mind. But they both get the short ends of the stick and they're both like very stupid. They're not even competent rulers in their own right. I don't know how this man is still president. Like, Spheros? Stratos is... This is the funny part. I actually just realized while I was listening to the show. Stratos allegedly became president after the war with Betrayus. And at that point, Pac-Man was like 1 year old. Like, he was a baby at best. And I was thinking about that. He's in high school right now. Pac-Man is in high school during the events of the show. If Stratos became president directly after the war, and the war was coming to a close when Pac was like 1 year old, maybe 2, that means that he has been in office now for like 15, 16 years. And it got me thinking. Betrayus doesn't need to like kill his brother or overthrow him in a convoluted way. Dude just has to wait a few, like, how many terms is this man on? Like, surely he shouldn't be allowed to run in the next like 4 years at best. Betrayus just has to wait a little bit. Maybe the laws in Pac World are different. Maybe you can just be president for as long as you live, who knows? But I just thought that was funny. I was like, wait a minute. How long have you been in office? Because they said he's been in office for as long as he's been in office. Like, he's never been overthrown in the election. Like, no one runs against him ever. So he's just won every election. There was an election within the span of the show, and Betrayus even tried running. But his brother still won, so I want to know how many terms this man is on. But yeah, like, he is just as much of an idiot as Betrayus. Like, it's really funny that I never noticed this before. But, like, he's really stupid. He's an idiot. And it's kind of funny. Because a lot of people kind of just assume that, like, oh, he's the good brother. He's the one that's, like, competent and a good leader. And then there's Betrayus, who's evil and not a good leader. But then you watch the show and you're like, dang, Stratos sucks too. Also, I noticed Betrayus he dyed his hair. I don't know how else to say this. There was one backstory where his hair was just straight black, and then during the war it had the black to red fade. He straight up dyed his hair the color of blood to be more intimidating, that fool. At least that's why I assume he did it. It'd be really funny if he was just like, no, I just did it because I thought it looked cool. But blood's a good point too. See, you guys can't see it. I got my, I got my files pulled up to save it. You guys can't see any of that. Good job, OBS. You're not leaking my privacy. See, I don't need the echo of privacy anymore. He's just there to vibe at this point. I'm thinking of making a little buddy to put over in the corner. That's not the echo of privacy. Just a little friend. A little friend, if you will. I'm renaming this, Infinite Kills Santa. And I'm gonna save it to art. It is now a JPEG. Okay, save. Yeah, it's saved. You can see it at the top. It says infinitekillsanta.jpg. Yeah. But yeah, I could legit just rant about like Betrayus or Skylanders. Like I could rant about Chaos for a very long time. if you guys are interested in a Chaos or Betrayus rant video, I can and will. I can rant on anybody. Any of my favorite characters, I could probably just go on tangents. I can go on several tangents about things. I can talk about Fairly Odd Parents lore. I can talk about Jimmy Neutron. I've been rewatching that. I have the link to it now thanks to Yukon. I can talk about I can re-binge and rant about the lore of Wonder Pets. No one would want to hear that. But also no one would want to hear my other crap. I don't think anyone wants to hear about Betrayus. But I don't care. Because I like to talk. And it also depends on what I'm drawing next time. Because if I'm drawing Kirby, I'll probably talk about Kirby. These streams are just an excuse to get me to talk about crap that, like, I wouldn't otherwise talk about in a video unless you, like, legit want me to make a Betrayus rant video. Like, I can and will. If anything, I'm gonna go on a stream and rant about it, and then just upload the stream as the rant video. It'd probably be titled, like, Idiot Rants About Betrayus for however long it takes. I gotta do something else in the background so people don't, like, lose interest, though. Like, I gotta put Subway Surfers in the background so you guys listen to me actually talk. Do I have a Subway Surfers video saved to my computer? No. But I can probably find one. And just as easy as I can put up a picture of Echo in the corner, I can probably put up a thing of Subway Surfers. Like, I can just be like, hey guys, today we're talking about things. What is it? Are you guys distracted? Are you guys distracted by the hypnotizing Echo Zane spinning in the background? Oh no. You've fallen under my spell! Get back in the corner, Echo. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. I love Echo, I just don't know what the hell to do with him. Like, I have like 1,001 stories, but I don't actually have the patience to write any of them down. I even tried making an animated series with my stories, and then I was like, no, I don't got time for this. I've got like 90% an episode animated. I just never posted it. I can just cut the last, like, 30 seconds out. The part that I didn't ever finish. And just upload what I have, but I feel like that would be unfulfilling. Plus, it would kind of be like almost showing people that I still care. But I don't want to show people that I still care, because I don't. I'm not making the series anymore. False hope. Not that anybody watched it. That's the thing. I would be a lot more interested in making Ancient Elements a thing if people legit cared. But they don't. Like, nobody watched it. I'd have spent months making that Clutch Powers movie, and I don't think anybody really watched it. My collective friend group watched it. And a few people that they advertised to. Other than that, nobody freaking watched it. I felt so upset. I was like, I spent months on that. And nobody gave a crap. That's my problem with being dedicated to projects, is every time I do put my heart and soul into it, nobody actually cares. And then I'm like, well, then what was that all for, man? If nobody wants to see my garbage, then why am I making it? I tried. I tried. You know how that feels, man. See, that's my thing. I have such a vision in my head for the show I'm working on. I have such a clear vision, and I am in love with it. And I am certain that people will also like it if I execute it properly. But there is an audience. There is an audience I have in mind. And if that video never reaches that audience, no one will care. See, here's the thing. If I make a Pokemon video, I can guarantee that people that like Pokemon are going to watch that video. If I make a video that is an episode about characters that only I know exist, I don't think people are gonna care, because that video isn't part of a fandom. People aren't gonna get it recommended to them. Nobody's gonna watch it, because nobody's gonna see it. Like, it's not even gonna get popped up on their For You page, because it's got nothing to do with, like, a previously established fandom. So yes, I desperately want to make my show. But also, if I pour my heart and soul into it and no one watches it, I'm gonna be really sad. I need a marketing team. You guys... If anybody is watching this, like, live or afterwards, and you've gotten to this point, I need a marketing team. For my new show. I need a marketing team. I need people to go around throwing flyers in people's faces. That'd be preferable. No one's gonna care. But I like the image of you people running around throwing flyers at other people, being like, watch this thing! It's good, I just don't know how to prove it! I also need a crash course on how to be funny. Like, I'm funny, but I need a crash course on how to be funny in animation. I need some funny dialogue coaching. Because this show's gonna rely a lot on humor. Because it's gonna be episodic. Mostly. But yeah. that wraps up the stream for today. If any of you want to be part of a marketing team for a secret project of mine, then let me know. And I will try to get on that. Try to respond to you about that. You can message me over on my Tumblr or my Instagram. You can come shameless end of the stream plug. You can come visit me here, or you can message me at Echozane Adventures on Instagram or X, or better than that, you could come check out my Tumblr where I post art. This is where this is going. It's going straight on my Tumblr and probably on my YouTube community tab, but straight onto my Tumblr. Which Dark Eevee animates us. And I think I have a link in my YouTube description. So you can go check me out there. You can go look at all my funny stuff that I post. All my art, all my beautiful creations. I do post art on Instagram, but Instagram likes to crop things. So I recommend the Tumblr. But yeah, that's the stream. I would say don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, but I don't think that's how that works on a live stream. So I'm just gonna end it off with, stay creative. Bye!